Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I was kind of busy last week, and by the title of this video, I'm sure you can guess why. Yes, I auditioned for Power Rangers. If you know me, Power Rangers has been like a huge part of my life since forever. I still have my black dino morpher from when I was a kid. Look, it works, it still works and everything. How cute is that? So when the open casting call went out, I cried. Not really, but you get my point. I was so excited, like this was the best thing that's ever happened to me. I went over the requirements and I met like all of them, so I figured I might actually have a shot at this. So I sent in my audition video, and this is where things get weird. I sent in my tape like Sunday evening, really late at night, so I figured that I'm gonna get into the next day, don't worry about it, not a big deal. Monday rolls around and at like 6 p.m. I get an email. Received, thank you. Freaking what? What does that even mean? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a maybe? Like, give me something here. Help me out. And if it's a no, like, why didn't the message just say, received, it's a no, instead of thank you? That's like weirdly passive aggressive. So a few days go by and I'm waiting for like an actual response just to see what happens. So this little voice goes off in my head and just says, why don't you just ask them? You have their email address. So I emailed the lady from casting and I'm just like, hey, new at this, not exactly sure how this works. How long should I wait before assuming it's a no? I even tried looking up other people who auditioned and just to figure out like what was going on, and even they all had different answers. But less than 2 hours later, I get an email response. You will not hear back if you are not moving on. That's it? Yeah, you know, I assumed that silence meant no. That wasn't my question. My question was, how long of a silence is a no? Like, is it 24 hours a day? Should I hear back by the end of the week? Help me out here. Also, at this point, the messages are starting to sound like weirdly dismissive and semi-hostile, so I have no idea what's going on. What I'd sent in was essentially a password-protected Vimeo link, so when someone watches the video, it pops up and says like, oh, no, like YouTube, like, you know what I'm doing right now. It's basically, it's the same thing. So I check my Vimeo page and it shows that I have 2 views on it. The thing is, I know that both of those views were me. The first view was a little while after I uploaded it just to make sure that the video worked. And I didn't check it from like my account. I actually logged out and then just tried watching it from a regular thing. The second time was when I went back to the video and tried and compare myself with other auditions that I already seen uploaded. Kind of see where I was good and not so good. So what does this mean? The casting office hadn't even looked at my audition, which like raises a couple more questions. Like, why in 4 days hadn't mine been looked at, even though other people had gotten a response within 24 hours? If they figured that they found all the people that they needed at that point, why didn't they just close the casting call if that was the case? And it like, couldn't have been they just saw me and immediately decided, nope, not what we're looking for, that kid's a potato. Nope. Because in order to do that, they would have still had to click on my audition link and watch it to see what I looked like. So I sent one last email just to be like, hey, I'm a student, just curious, I did this whole thing, is mostly like an experience thing. I just wanted to know what this whole thing was like. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would have been geeked if I got the part, but I didn't think that was gonna happen. So yeah, I know you guys are super busy. If there was just an odd chance that you had any free time in your, I'm sure, ridiculously busy schedule, to just give me some feedback on what casting directors are generally looking for in these kinds of auditions, that would be super helpful and really great. Again, I sent this email at like dark 30 p.m, so there's no way I was getting a response immediately. But the day after, I get this. We do not have time to give feedback. Thank you. Okay, let me start off by saying, yes, I know. One does not simply email the casting director and be like, hey, why'd you reject me? But I was just genuinely curious, and it would have been really interesting to know how this whole process just kind of works out. I even tagged at the end of the email, like, it's fine if you can't, like, do this. I know this is a really weird request. Don't hate me. But I figure it's best to at least ask, because, I mean, if you don't ask, you're never gonna get answers anyway. Write that one down, kids. Answers won't come if you don't ask for them. Ask, and it shall be vaguely replied to in a grammatically incorrect email, I guess. She did reply in a timely manner though, so I'll give her that. Anyway, I don't mean to attack or offend anybody. Power Rangers, Saban, please don't sue me. I'm still a really big fan. Love you guys. This was, as I said, a learning experience. This was the kind of audition process I'd never been through before. Information was vague and communication was minor, and I'm used to things being really clear and upfront and in person, so I can get a feel for what people are looking for. And I think that in this particular process, not everything was 100% clear. You kind of had to guess and hope for the best. But then again, this is just my perspective. I'm sure other people have had very different experiences. In fact, I'm sure they have. This is just, you know, an area I'm not super experienced in. This video isn't meant for me to be salty or upset or anything. It's just me getting some things off my chest and putting my perspective on something that just seems so odd for someone like me. In fact, I want to congratulate all the people who made it past me. I know I've talked to some of you already, and congrats. Keep up the good work. I hope you succeed in all of your endeavors. Also, congrats to those who, like, didn't get the part, because it takes so much courage to do exactly what you're doing, and I respect that immensely, so you guys keep it up too. Keep living the dream. Also, to that lady in casting, not naming names, but, like, I'm sorry for driving you crazy with emails for 4 days straight. Props to you for having the patience of dealing with me. Appreciate that. Made it for a good video, so there you go, thanks. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But before I close out, I have one more thing to say. I started this channel, 1, as a way to help me fight my depression, and 2, just as a way for family and friends to keep up with me while I'm away at school. I'm terrible at communicating, so this is an easy way to give people updates all at the same time. And that was 4 years ago. I'm graduating at the end of the month and thus leaving school. I don't own any of the equipment that I used to make this video. Cameras, tripod, editing equipment, I don't own any of it. So it all comes from the university. So when I leave, I won't be able to use this stuff anymore. Basically, when I graduate, this channel dies, and as of right now, it only has about 3 weeks left. So after this, that's 2 more videos, if that. All I want to say is thank you guys for being here and supporting me. It means a lot. I have had the best time making these videos and getting to show a part of myself that I very rarely show in person. Just in these past few months when I've been actively uploading, I feel like I've grown so much, and I'm ready to just take on the world and essentially start the next chapter of my life. Again, thank you guys so much for sticking with me this far. It means the world to me. As always, peace, hugs, don't do drugs. See you next time. Bye!